What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. My Hero, Season 6, Episode 21. I want to say we got 4 episodes. I'm pretty sure we're wrapping up on 24. So I'm assuming Lady Nagant? I don't know if we pronounce the N, don't pronounce the T. Regardless, you guys know what I'm talking about here. I'm assuming she's going to kind of be the last villain we run into before the season kind of ends. Like, there's not going to be a Shigaraki round 2. I don't think All For One's going to show up and capture us or do something crazy. I'm sure there'll be like an end of season cliffhanger, or kind of like the progression of like how far along Shigaraki is, the status of the hero. Like, I'm sure we'll kind of get that. But I don't think we're going to get like a hands thrown type thing the rest of the season besides what's going to happen right here. Curious what she has to offer. I mean, as far as projectile or long range quirks go, or any kind of, I guess, sniper rifle shooting-ish quirks, I mean, she's it. I mean, the way they built it up, word on the street, the way Hawks was talking about, I forget the cowboy's name. We don't get that much of him, but I mean, said she was it. Now, I'm curious her backstory, because clearly she's not a hero anymore. But would she categorize herself as a bad guy, as a villain, or is she just like anti-hero? Like, I don't know the backstory on why she essentially killed her partner. Is she just a hero killing partner? Like, she's that off the deep end? Or is there some kind of, you know, gentle criminal backstory to it, or where there was like maybe confusion, or she got pushed to edge, or there was a misunderstanding? I mean, regardless, she still killed somebody. I'm sure during this whole, like, Deku's gonna prove that he can save Shigaraki and not have to put him down. People he runs into, we're probably gonna get I would say we get backstory on them, at least if they're new. Like, if he runs into, like he did with Muscular or something like that, you know, it's just gonna be putting him down. But I'd be interested to see, like, if with her, do we like peel in the deeper reason on like why she feels that way? Because you saw All For One playing on those heartstrings of hers when he met up with her when the prison outbreak. If he runs into Stain again, I'm sure they would have a crazy dialogue back and forth. But she should get some screen time. She was also given a quirk. Now, that shit's just not easy. You see the doctor over here spending years of research trying to, you know, get quirks into bodies, and, you know, brains turn to mush if you, like, overload it too much. So, I'm curious, like, is she just perfectly synchronized with the kind of airwalk quirk that she was given? Is it going to slowly deteriorate her over time, like, within this instance? Or is she going to be perfectly fine with it? That'll be interesting to see. Because, I mean, the airwalk is damn near perfect for her. Given how amazing she already is at shooting, the fact that she'd be just able to instantly change trajectories, change height, angles, and not having to do it on foot, or like a support item to raise her that could malfunction or be damaged, it's pretty crazy. So I'm curious how their battle will go. Are they over hyping her? Because the way Hawk said it, he was like, just run. Does he not know that, like, we're like All Might 2. Like almost All Might 2.0 type thing? I mean, we're not there yet, but does he like realize like kind of what we like, just run though? So I mean, I want to see, but I'm curious, like, what else is there? Because he was saying run away from her before he even knows that she's got another quirk handed to her. So I'm just curious, kind of like how it will go, like how she, because I would assume if Deku closes the gap on her, pretty much going to be GG. He gets in close range with her. Now, how easy will that be? That'll be interesting to see. Had some back and forth in the comments as well about like the danger sense. People were like, well, I don't know, because then you're talking about like the universe knows and doesn't know. I don't know. The explanation on why he didn't react to it was because I guess she was aiming for the phone. But do you understand, like that's just putting him in danger? I don't know. It's so hard to tell, because what's this? Who's to say the universe wouldn't make him like twitch, or like have to move his head over to scratch something, or, you know, just anything random that like all of a sudden would have been like, okay, she's aiming for the phone, to like his head is now like, do you see what we're going with here? Like, it's like you are in danger. And the thing is, as well, is like, yes, he didn't get shot by that, but like, you don't know what that bullet like, what if it hit it and exploded and shrapnel goes in his head? Like, there's so many different factors of like why I feel like Danger Sense should have gone off there. That's just me though. We'll kind of have to wait to see how it plays out. And then seeing Overhaul last episode, I mean, he's been my favorite villain. Not only is he my favorite villain, he's probably in my top 5 all-time characters of My Hero. I don't know if he'll get his arms back. I don't even know how that would be possible. The only thing on the map right now that I could see that would be given would just be Eri, and I don't see why Eri would willingly help him. But you would think All For One would want to take that quirk. Now I saw some pushback on that. It's like, it's hard to get the perfect synergy of quirks, you know, that doesn't just totally deteriorate the body, or some of these quirks take genius level things to master, like Overhaul and Mirio. Like, those aren't just like, oh, here's Todoroki's fire, go spam it. Like, you've got to know to put yourself back together and what you can damage and how long, and like so much trial and error has to be put into that. Same thing with Mirio. Like, I can go in, come out without suffocating. It's a lot, but I would think even if All For One doesn't want to use that quirk, I'm just taking it off the board. Like he said, Mirio, like the permeation quirk, that's annoying to deal with. I don't want to deal with that. You know, Overhaul's no, you could fucking jack up Shigaraki as much as you want. If something like Overhaul's quirk was able to get on the battlefield and even touch you, you have an issue. Like, even the Shigaraki we just saw 5-6 episodes ago, if something on the lines of Overhaul's quirk puts one hand on him, like, it's over. So I would think he would just want to take the quirk, even if he couldn't use it or give it to Shigaraki, just to get, let me just take that and store it. But a whole nother discussion for another day. Let's go ahead and jump into this. Oh shit. Here we go, All Might. Oh, they're really trying to take his ass out. Oh shit, he got out. He's just a regular average Joe, huh? There's gotta be some old man strength left in that body, right? People are still starstruck by just the sight of All Might. Holy shit, he's got some like Pain Obito rods coming out. God, I wish All Might just had a little bit of, like, could he just juice up one time for me? Just once. Oh, I wish we could have gotten more. That's one thing I do. I mean, and this is with every story. This isn't just a bash on My Hero. And maybe you get more of it in the manga than you do in the anime. I wish we could have spent more time with All Might, like, at his, like... I wanted to see a little bit of how Superman became, like, was it peak Superman? Not just, like, on his way out. God. Just the presence of him, they're freaking out. Okay, let's see what we got. I want to see her in action. I want to see her in action. Show me what you got. You would say that until she's over here airwalking and shit. Yeah, she couldn't keep up with you on foot, but the way she's... Ooh! Oh, she's Luke, got her Skywalker on. No, bro. She's out there flying. Oh! Look at this chick. It's so busted. Why are they making her move like that? Curved. She's over here curving bullets like she's Angelina Jolie and shit. I wonder, can he handle this by himself or what? Ah. Cover her line of sight. I mean, it's smart thinking. First he tried to zigzag. Now he's covering her line of sight. Let's see. Eh? Why is it risky to release too much? It's not like it's poison or anything. Why is it bad to release too much? I don't know. I don't know. And these two finally came around. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about at the beginning of the episode. Those two were so against helping him because he was thinking of saving instead of just killing. Which I agree with. I agree with them. But then my follow-up is also like, so you want humanity to just fall rather than at least attempt. We haven't seen this quirk before, have we? But like, you would rather humanity just fall into darkness, into his control, rather than at least helping him attempt to save? All fakes. Do you know what really is, what does inhibit her though? Is having to reload each bullet one by one. Can she not stock multiple in the chamber at a time, or what? Like, the fact that she's got to fully rip and reload. Okay, he's moving. Oh God. What kind of 50 cal? This is what I figured. This is going to be the I feel like they're going to have a very deep conversation. This is going to be a very deep conversation because she's got some things going on. I have a feeling she's not completely bad, but she just doesn't ride with what they're trying to do. He said don't do it. He did it anyway. Damn, we're moving. All right, we're gonna hear her. We're gonna hear her reasoning here. So what's the alternative, though? Yikes. So she's just taking it like she just not saying she follows Stain, but like, what's her alternative approach? She was on the dirty downside of it. She was down there in the underground just taking people out. Those blood-stained hands, can you live with it though? Seeing her mentally crumble. I pretty much knew we were going to get an episode like this dedicated to like how she felt. That's pretty fucked. They fucking coerced them into doing it and then came around and arrested them after they did it. Uh-oh. She's starting to ask questions. We don't like when people start to ask questions. Peace. Safety. Order. He wasn't gonna, they weren't gonna say that like one of their top heroes did that. Yeah. No shot that gets out in the news. Can we talk about the microphones like on the end of her? Like, what is that about? Like, what does that even allow or do, by the way? She just wants transparency. But my thing is, like, transparency at the cost of what? Because do you see what's happening in the world right now? Is this the world you'd rather have? Of just, like, mayhem in the streets? I have a feeling this is going to end pretty quickly. She hasn't shown me anything yet. Don't kill him, please. Tell me he doesn't go out like this. We cut from it. They did you dirty, man. Give him his hands back. But my thing is, does the quirk really end just in his hands, though? And this would go for Shigaraki as well. Could you not get to a point that it just needs to be touch? Is it confirmed that like Shigaraki's decay is only in the hands? Overhaul's is only in his hands? Could he not get to the point where he could like do it from his arms, do it from his feet, do it from any content? Now, of course, clearly we haven't shown that. But I don't know. I would think that you would be able to, but maybe that's just me. I think of like a Rogue from X-Men. Like she could do it by like kissing somebody or anything crazy like that. Wow. By repeating the same motion, I can temporarily store kinetic energy and release it. Ah, okay. He's just building up, building up, building up, building up, and then letting it all out. It's sort of, that's kind of easy for him, especially since what he's already been trying to do. Saved him. Got his ass. Impossible. Spider-Man, you better watch out, he's coming through. Yeah, that's about it for her. I don't see anything. Yeah, I mean, we damn near used all of them in one go. Yeah, she's done. It's over. Dang, the colors really pop with all that dark. How does that work for her, by the way? How does that, like, if you damage her barrel, if she recocks it and pumps it right back out, is it good to go? Like, what's the recovery on that? I don't know how that works for her, really. Oh, it's just a damaged arm. So are we saying like the barrel and everything is made out of like muscle, bones, all that type of shit? Then okay, that makes a little bit more sense. Like it's gonna need to heal. Yeah, this was pretty predictable how this episode was gonna go. I figured this would kind of be the result of it. She wasn't truly evil, and I was really concerned. Like I think they built her up a little too much last episode, especially Hawks telling him to run. This is about how I figured this would go. What's wrong with her body? What is this? What the fuck is that? He placed something inside of her in case it went this way. Oh god. Which I could see. I could see that for sure. And I'm glad. I mean, it sucks that she just basically nuked. Too many of these people aren't dark enough, you know? They've just been led astray. That I feel like if you talk no jutsu them enough, you can pull them back in. Hawks got her ass. Nice. Nice. Dang, I wanted to see what happened with All Might and those two guys. Did he like flex on them for 1 second? Look at those little baby wings. He can't hold her. I was gonna say, he can't hold her, bro. Oh, I was about to say. Maybe it was a little bird that just jumped out the nest. We're falling too fast. We're falling too fast. Guys, we're falling way too fast. She'll give something. She'll give something. I don't know. She'll give something, I think, before the episode ends. Damn it, because we're trying out here. Because we'll talk about it at the end. We'll talk about her and her path decision at the end. I thought like he was gonna damn like squeeze her throat from half the country away before she got any of that information out. those baby wings coming through. What other choice do we have? Do we let evil win or what? It's a pretty tragic story, though. The fact that it ended in her death is... Do we even know if the boss is alive? Wasn't he hooked up on life support? We don't even know if he's alive. We don't know if he's alive, by the way. You're gonna let him around her? That's gonna be very triggering. Like letting Griffith around Casca. Like, we really want to do this? Damn, All Might. At least park the car. Jesus. Oh, she not dead? Ah, they're gonna let her... It would hit harder if she actually did. I mean, I get it, but we'll see. It would hit a little bit harder if they actually did kill her off here. But I know what kind of show. I want to go to that where he was sitting in that seat. Yeah, that's a great shot, by the way. Go back when he's just... I couldn't even tell. It looked like he was in a cave, but then it looked like he was inside of something, and... I don't know what that is. Alright, so let's break this down a little bit here. Kind of disappointed in her. Like, but I mean, that's the thing, given... Because I think I addressed a lot of this before the episode started, of like... I think she got overhyped a little too much there. Because, like, does Hawks not know what we're capable of or what we can do? And like he was saying this before he knew she had the airwalk quirk. Like, she's a glass cannon. Like, yeah, she hits us, but I mean, she can't hit us and we close the gap. That's pretty much it. So I was curious, like, how was it even going to be a close fight? And it just didn't look very competitive to me. So the episode was okay from the fight aspect. It's not, you're not going to write home or be like, oh, remember that Midoriya versus Lady Nagant fight? Like, it's, you know, it's skippable if you wanted to. But her kind of making the decisions, it's an interesting play, because what they've been doing, especially the last season and a half, is there was a line drawn for like season 5 and now into season 6 of like hero good, villain bad. Now we're starting to like blur those lines a little bit, and you see it all the time in anime. You know, in Berserk manga, some of the humans look a little more demonic and devilish in the actions that they choose to do than actual demons themselves. In Hunter x Hunter, prime example all the time, some of the humans and their actions make them look more like mindless ants, and some of the ants have more humanity than some of the humans. And then here, you know, some of the things that the heroes are choosing to do, the public would look at like, that's bad, like you're villains, you're the bad ones. And then some people that are villains, just society kind of push them in this direction type thing. Now with her though, it seems like she was doing the Donzo, Ombu Black Ops underground work for the Hero Society. Like, she's going around killing loose ends and keeping the streets and society clean from all the blood and the dirty work, so that everybody can go about their lives and about their days. But it's also interesting as well because was All Might was moving and grooving during that time, and I guess there's still only so many places he can be and so many things that they could do, and they probably didn't even have him do some of those things, so there couldn't even be a choice for him to even be looked at in that light. Um, but I do agree with her sentiments there of like the public should know this, but maybe I don't agree with the public should know. But you could be a little bit more transparent on things of like what we're having to do here. But like I said, it's like the decision Hawks had to make of like it's villains that kill, like the bad guys are the one that kill. But in certain situations, you might not have a choice. Like right now, if they conducted a poll in this My Hero World country of Japan, do you think the majority of people would vote that All for One needs to be killed or captured? You know, kind of how that goes. Now, I don't know. Did we ever get clarification on why she killed her partner? Because that's what was put out there, right? Or were we saying that the commissioner guy was her partner? I don't know. But I'm curious. Did she ever do any of those killings or anything like that post commissioner incident? Like, did she start going out there and just being a villain and robbing and stealing and killing, or were the only killings that she did was while she was under the title of hero? But I do agree, like, you know, like this isn't what makes a hero. Same thing with like Stain's ideology of like, so many of you like choose to do this and show yourselves off like this and value this, but there's only one of you out there that can actually call themselves a hero that actually does what's right without the fame, the glory, the money, the killing. So I do agree with some of those statements, but the sentiment is, okay, well, can we try to figure out a way to do this without you just like having to now just support the bad side? I guess it's hard to as well, because at the time, Lady Nagant, she's not like she was the #1 hero, nor was she probably even top 5 or top 10. So it's like, I'm sure that the Hero Society or the commissioner, whoever kind of runs it, they probably run into this a lot. The people that sign up to be heroes, and they have some of these heroes do like the dirty, not so like flashy All Might work to keep the people safe. And you have people that like can't mentally handle it. They want out, or they're like, I'm going to tell the public if you don't. I'm sure they deal with that all the time. So then the follow-up question could be, okay, if you want to do an alternative route, how do you go about it? Because they're not going to let you get out with this information. It's straight up like Donzo, Black Ops, Hidden Leaf Foundation shit. Like, some of this information and shit is never going to get out. And if you attempt to leak it or get it out, you know, we've got your tongue curse marked, we've got you ready to like... So I don't know how you would start to reform it when you've got such deep roots of like a Donzo type thing in place, but it's a start. Maybe you round up enough heroes that like still want to be heroes, but we don't go under the guise of the Hero Society, but we're not bad guys, we're not villains. I don't know. It's easier said than done. It was a good, solid episode, but I was kind of disappointed in the fight aspect of it. I already knew that it was going to be like a talk no jutsu kind of back and forth thing there. Just given how that they kind of introduced her last episode. I have a feeling if he runs into Stain again, we will get a very similar episode conversation. Because again, like, I don't know what Stain is actually going to be able to physically do to him. Now, the Overhaul stuff there at the end. You know, it would be wild. Absolutely insane, right? So they're going to bring him in front of Eri, which is like, whoa, there. Y'all better do that in like a public park with multiple people around type shit. No, so Deku said he'll let him see his boss, so I'm assuming the boss is still alive. I thought somewhere in translation he didn't survive, like passed away at some point, but Overhaul just hadn't got the information. Is there any way that like he apologizes to Eri? Eri accepts it so much, and it's like such an emotional thing that like she just gives him his hands. That'd be absolutely wild because, and not just for me, of course. Yes, I'm a very big Overhaul fan. Would love to see him have his arm. Not because I want him out here just like, okay, now you go challenge All for One. You become the new big bad. No, just to like just be functional. But it would also be poetic of like he broke her down and reset her so many times, and the ability that he had, he doesn't even have access to anymore. Like she was his weapon, for his goals, and now he doesn't even have the ability to do what he used to do. And at the end of it all, she still was willing to reset. Like she reset him, you know, absolutely insane. We'll kind of see how that plays out. And yeah, I'm also curious. I mean, we haven't seen examples of it, so you know, it was very kind of cut and dry in the beginning. Like Shigaraki's got to like get all fingers on you for the decay to happen. So, but again, the way they've shown these quirks like evolving with some of these people, wouldn't be surprised if Shigaraki just has to get one touch now, or like if he just bumps you with his arm type thing. But the same thing with Overhaul. Like I don't know if any of these people that have these quirks that have to have like physical contact, can it be like a Rogue from X-Men thing? Like I just give you a kiss, or you know, type shit. Like I can completely shut you down. I don't know. Regardless, solid episode. I guess that's my expectations of expecting more from the fight, which is why it didn't hit as much, but overall it was pretty solid. Seeing Hawks with his little baby wings, I'm assuming, I didn't get confirmation from anybody that they're just gonna he's gonna be 100% normal as far as like his quirk and his wings go. They just are gonna take time to grow back, I'm assuming, because we already see them sprouting back, so I don't see any reason why they wouldn't sprout back to just full on go. We'll see what happens. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, subscribe as always.